Hi, it's Miss Melody. We are going to start our mini lesson. Our objective for today is
I can use information text to identify facts.
we have been reading informational texts or nonfiction texts. They give us information. I want us to take about 20 seconds. I'm going to put a 20-second timer on right now. And I want you guys to think about things you have noticed about your informational texts over the last 2 weeks. Ready? Go. Okay, so we are going to bring ourselves back and we're going to talk about a few things that we have noticed from nonfiction text. While you guys were thinking, I also looked through a nonfiction text of my own. I went on to Epic Books and pulled up a nonfiction text, and I noticed some things that I'm wondering if you guys also noticed. The first thing I noticed was this page. It says Table of Contents. I see that this tells me a little bit about where I can find information in this book that I want to know more about. I know that I can find a topic and find the page, and then I can turn to that page to find out more information about the topic that I am interested in. Now, another question I have for you guys then, is it important to read your informative text in order? I don't think so. I don't think we need to read the entire book about sharks in order. I might want to know more about baby sharks first, so I'm going to go to the section about baby sharks. And then I might go back to the beginning to look at all the different parts of the shark. It doesn't make a difference what order I read the book in. It won't change the information that I am getting from the book. Something else that I noticed was that all the pictures in the book are a little bit different. They're not drawn like this. We call this an illustration. I noticed that the book that I was flipping through had photographs instead. So the pictures were of real sharks in the real ocean. I can't draw, so you're going to bear with me here. Something else that I noticed that went with the photographs there were little words underneath sometimes that told me a little bit more information about the photograph that I was looking at. We call these captions. The captions are the little words underneath that give us more information about the photograph. Now, if you guys notice on this photograph of a shark, not only is there a caption, there's a lot of other little things in there, like arrows pointing. We call these things parts of a diagram. This diagram is telling us about different parts of the shark. In other kinds of books that you guys might have read, diagrams might show you how to build something, or a diagram might show you where on a map whatever it is you're researching lives. Diagrams can come in the form of charts, in the form of photographs, in the form of tables, in the form of maps. I also noticed at the back of the book that there's all these words that I might not really know because they're all very specific to sharks. We call this section the glossary. The glossary is the part of the book where you guys can find words that you might not know that the authors have decided to call out for you, and it will tell you what these words mean. So these are all different parts of informational books that I have noticed while I've been reading my informational text over the last 2 weeks. Something that I want us to think about, now I'm going to put 10 seconds on the timer, and I want you to think about this. Why do we read informational texts? Go. Okay, so let's bring it back. So I've been thinking about this, and the thing is, when I read storybooks about fake characters, sometimes I'm just reading because I want to have fun. I really like reading those types of books. But when I read informational text, it's usually about something that I don't really know anything about yet. So, informational texts, I think, are meant to teach readers something that maybe we didn't know. A lot of you guys have been telling me all about different things you guys have been learning in the books you've been reading. There are some things I didn't know, and that you guys are teaching me now that you've read it and the author has already taught you. Another thing that I've noticed is that a lot of the things that are in my informational text tell me things that are true. They tell me facts. So we are going to dive a little deeper into what facts are. All informational texts have facts, and we use these facts to teach our readers. And these facts can come in the form of photographs with captions or diagrams. These are all different ways that we can give information about things we already know about. We're going to need to know this because we are going to dive into research projects of our own soon. And to be good researchers, we need to understand the difference between what is a fact and what is not a fact. A fact is something you can prove. A fact is either right or it's wrong. Miss Melody is a teacher. That is a fact. You can prove it. You can go into the Department of Education and find my name and find out that I have a teaching license and that I am in fact a teacher. That's a fact. You can say Miss Melody is a professional juggler, and that's just not true. That is not a fact. I am a teacher. I am not a professional juggler. You guys don't want to see me juggle. It's bad. Cats have 4 legs. We know that. We know that cats have 4 legs. They don't have 6 legs. They don't have 8 legs. They don't have 1 leg. They have 4 legs. That's a fact.
We can use our information texts to help us find facts. Let's look back at this page about the sharks. We can see here that a shark is a fish, but it is not like other fish. They do not have bones. Let's think about that statement right here. Sharks do not have bones. Is this something that we can prove? Yes, this is something we can prove. We know that if someone said, a shark is filled with bones, that would be wrong. Sharks do not have bones. This is a fact. Let's take a look at the diagram to find another fact. It says here that if a shark loses a tooth, a new one moves forward to take its place. Is this a fact? Yes, it is a fact. We know that it is true that a new tooth will move forward to take the old tooth's place. We can prove that that is true. So this is a fact. Let's try one more. Let's look at the caption now. Up at the top, it says that cartilage is light, strong, and rubbery. The tip of your nose is cartilage. The tip of your human nose is cartilage. Is that a fact? Yes, it is. We can prove this to be true. If we said, the tip of your nose is filled with bones, that would be wrong. The tip of your nose is filled with cartilage. That is a fact. Great job with guided practice, everybody. Now I'm going to send you guys off on your own. You are going to log on to Epic Books, and you are going to find this shark book already assigned to you. You're going to find 3 to 5 facts about sharks that you can get using the features of information text. You'll tell me the fact, where you found it, what feature of information text you used, and how you know it is a fact. Good luck!